Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe at your home, so stay home and stay safe. This video is for the students of class 7, subject English. In this video, we shall understand the topic voice from our book PC&'s grammar book, and this is my lecture number 2 for lesson 10 voice. So dear students, in our last lecture, we read that voice is divided into two types, active voice and passive voice. So basically, the voice shows whether subject performs the action or subject receives the action. Active voice when the subject of verb acts. If the subject is performing the action, then the verb is said to be active voice. For example, Hari made a mistake. In this sentence, Hari is the subject who is performing the function. And if I say Lata is singing a song, then in this sentence, Lata is the subject who is singing. Okay, so Lata is performing action. So these two sentences are active voice. Okay, so that was active voice. Now what is passive voice? When the subject of verb receives the action, the verb is said to be in passive voice. In this, the subject of active voice becomes the object of passive voice, and the object of active voice becomes the subject of passive voice. For example, a mistake was made by Hari. If I say Hari made a mistake, then that is an active voice. But Hari was subject in active voice. In passive voice, I have made Hari as an object. He is receiving the action. So this is passive voice. Okay. For example, see another. A song is being sung by Lata. If I say Lata sings a song, Lata is singing a song, then Lata is subject in active voice. But to make it a passive voice, I have made Lata object. She is receiving the action. Okay. So these two sentences are passive voice. Okay. See, with the help of these steps, you will able to understand better. See, the first step to change the voice is subject of active voice becomes the object of passive voice. Okay, what happens when in an active voice, whatever the subject is there, subject of active voice will become object of passive voice. Okay, the second rule is object of active voice will become the subject of passive voice. Okay, for example, Hari sings a song is sung by Hari. Okay, tense rule will be changed according to the rule. Tenses or verbs will change according to the rules. Just remember that subject of active voice will become object of passive voice, and object of active voice will become subject of passive voice. Next thing that you have to keep in your mind is form of be. Forms of be is added in passive voice. What are forms of be? Ism are present tense, was were, past tense, being continuous, and being perfect tense. This will be explained to you when I will explain you the tense chart. See, by is added before the object of passive voice. Okay, when you will change subject of active voice to object of passive voice, before writing object, write down by, by, by. Okay. Then I told you these rules for changing pronouns. I will change into me, we will change into us, you will remain same you, he will change into him, she will change into her, it will remain same, and they will change into them. Now, after adding by and making necessary changes in pronouns, next thing that you have to keep in your mind is past participle form of verb is used after the form of be. Okay, basically keep this thing in your mind that in passive voice we always use verb third form. Okay, in passive voice, only third form of verb is used. See, sixth point, tense of verb is not changed, only its form is changed. That is, tense of verb remains the same. Okay. Vague subjects like someone, somebody, everybody, everyone, people, etc. are dropped in passive voice form. For example, if I say someone broke the window, then when I will convert it into passive voice, then first of all, the window, that is object in active voice, that will become subject in passive voice, the window. Okay. Was broken. Okay, was is the form of be. Okay, broke, that is according to tense, that will be taught to you later on. Just remember that first of all I have changed object into subject, then I have used third form of verb, that is broken, and the subjects like someone, somebody, everybody, everyone, they can be dropped. Okay, so I have not written by someone, I have just left the sentence, the window was broken. Now it is itself understood to the reader that it was broken by someone. You need not to write such subjects. Okay. Then we learned that how can we change active voice into passive voice. See, first sentence is an active voice. The dog chased the cat. Now when I will change it into passive voice, what I will do, first of all I will make subject the object in passive voice. Before object I will add by, and object of active voice will become subject in passive voice. The dog chased the cat was chased by the dog, and verb will change according to the rules. Then I explained you through this chart that in the first table active voice formation is shown, and in the second table formation of passive voice is formed. Subject of active voice will become object of passive voice. Before object of passive voice we will add by. Auxiliary verb. Okay, auxiliary verb of active voice will change accordingly. Either forms of be will be used, or we can use auxiliary verb plus being or auxiliary verb plus being. Okay. Then we learned that main verb. In passive voice, we always use third form of verb. Okay. We will never use first form or second form of verb. We will always use third form of verb. And object of active voice will change into subject of passive voice. Okay. Then this was the table for changing auxiliary verbs. Okay, in simple present tense, do, does, or V1 plus S or ES will change into is, am, are. In present continuous, is, am, are will change into is, am, are plus being. In present perfect, has, have will change into has, have plus being. In simple past, did will change into was, were. Past continuous, was, were will change into was, were plus being. In past perfect, had will change into had been. In simple future, will change into will shall plus be. And modal auxiliaries will change into modal auxiliaries plus be. Now, I shall explain you these rules in detail with the help of examples. See, the first tense is simple present tense. Okay. So basically what is the rule of simple present tense? V1 plus S or ES. That's clear. That is the rule for active voice. Verb first form plus S or ES. When we will change it into passive voice, the rule will be is, am, are plus verb third form. Verb third form is very clear to everyone that in passive voice we will always use verb third form. You have to just learn the rules for changing auxiliary verbs. Okay. So see with the help of example. Everybody likes Tom. Likes shows that in this sentence we are using V1 plus S or ES. Okay. So according to the rule, V1 S or ES will change into is/am/are plus verb third form. But before that, subject will become object and object will become subject. And before object in passive voice we will write by. So first of all I have written Tom. I have made object the subject. Okay. Tom, leave the space for verb, then write down by everybody. Now see the rules for changing verb. Okay. What are the rules for changing verb? V1 plus S or ES will change into is/am/are. Now Tom is singular subject. With singular subject we will use is. So Tom is. Verb third form. What is verb third form of like? It is liked. So the passive voice will be Tom is liked by everybody. Clear? Now see, this is for present continuous. In present continuous, generally the tense rule is is/am/are plus V1 plus ing. When we will change it into passive voice, the rule will be is/am/are plus being. Okay? Instead of V1 plus ing, we will use being plus verb third form. That is clear that in passive voice, we always use verb third form. See with the help of example. The mason is building the wall. Now this is a present continuous tense. When I will change it into passive voice, first of all the object wall, the wall, will become subject in passive voice. And subject of active voice, the mason, will become object in passive voice, that is by the mason. Okay, before object we will add by also. Now see is building. Now is building will change according to this rule, passive voice rule. So is/am/are. The wall is singular, so that's why I have used is. Then being, then verb third form. What is verb third form of building? It is built. So the sentence becomes the wall is being built by the mason. I hope it is clear. Now this is for present perfect tense. The rule for present perfect is has have plus verb third form. In passive voice the rule will remain same. We will just add being. Okay. For example, somebody has stolen my purse. Okay, now see, somebody is subject, it will become object. Okay, you can leave this also. According to the rule, I have told you that the subjects like somebody, anyone, we can leave them. Okay, you can leave also. Just understand that subject will become object. So I have written somebody at object place. Before object, I have added by. Now, object of active voice, my purse, will become subject of passive voice, and has stolen will become has been stolen. So the sentence of passive voice will be my purse has been stolen by somebody, or we can say my purse has been stolen. Okay. Now we shall discuss rules for simple past. In simple past, generally in active voice we use V2, that is verb second form of verb. In passive voice, it will become was-were plus verb third form. Okay, you have to just add was-were. Verb third form is clear that in passive voice, we always use verb third form. See with the help of example. The cat caught the mouse. The cat is subject. It will become object in passive voice. The mouse is object in active voice. It will become subject in passive voice. So the mouse, the cat, and before the cat by. Now it comes to caught. V2. V2 will change into was-were plus V3. So the mouse is singular. The mouse is singular. So I will use was. And what is third form of caught? Caught. So the sentence becomes the mouse was caught by the cat. Okay. Now have a look on past continuous tense. Rule for past continuous tense in active voice is was-were plus V1 plus ing. Now when we will change active to passive, the rule will be was-were plus being. Okay, instead of ing we will use being plus verb third form. That is clear that in passive voice we always use verb third form. See with the help of example. The cat was chasing the mouse. The cat is subject. Subject will become object in passive voice. And before object we will add by. Then what is object in active voice? That is the mouse. Object in active voice will become subject in passive voice. And verb that is was chasing will change according to the rule given above. That is was verb plus being plus verb third form. Now the mouse is singular. So with singular I will use was. Being, what is third form of chase? It is chased. So the sentence in passive voice will be the mouse was being chased by the cat. Now have a look on past perfect tense. The rule for past perfect in active voice is had plus verb third form. Had plus V3. When we will change it into passive voice, it becomes had plus been. We will add been plus verb third form. Okay, see, Ravi had already paid the phone bill. Ravi is subject. Ravi will become object in passive voice, and before object we will add by. What is object in active voice? The phone bill. This object will become subject in passive voice, the phone bill. Now had already paid. This is had plus V3. This will change according to this rule. That is had been paid. And already will be written before been. So the sentence is the phone bill had already been paid by Ravi. Clear? So I hope you have understood today's topic well. In the next video, I shall tell you how to change active to passive voice of simple future tense and the sentences which have modal auxiliaries. So now your homework is you have to revise today's topics of voice. You have to revise voice and then you have to do given exercise in your book. If you do not have your book, then you can do them in your fair notebook. So the exercise which you have to do in your homework is exercise 1. Rewrite the following sentences in passive voice. First, the boy has made a kite. Second, his teacher praised him. Third, he invited us into his house. Fourth, your behavior vexes me. Fifth, the man cut down the tree. Sixth, Shivaji defied the Mughal emperor. Seventh, he feeds the horse every day. Eighth, the police have arrested him. Ninth, he scored 50 runs. 10th, he made a very remarkable discovery. Okay, so you have to change these active voice sentences into passive voice. So thank you my dear students. I hope this video will help you in clearing your doubts. So if you like my video, then kindly subscribe our channel and like the videos.